Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Nubile. Welcome to Straight Evolution. Here's another episode of my podcast. So I haven't been on in a little while. Things have been a little crazy at the house. As you know, I have a discrimination suit against the landlords. But I really don't care about none of that. What I care about is my art and my book. I'm going to be putting some new art pieces up this weekend on the website, NUBILELLC.org. That's where you can find the art. There's also a link to my book on Amazon on there. And the book will be going for sale soon, next month. So keep watching for it. So the art's on NUBILELLC.org. The book is on Straight Evolution on Amazon. If you don't know my story, 1 month and 1 year ago, I was homeless. I was in a hospital bed. I used the Boston government systems. I managed to stay out of the homeless shelters, not commit a crime, not go back to my old life, not return back to Springfield. 7 months later, I moved to Beacon Hill. I then flew to Italy to celebrate. I then came home, furnished my whole apartment for free of charge. Then I became employed by the elections department. Then I was elected president of the Tenant Association of the Beacon House on Beacon Hill. Then I became an ordained minister. Then I authored my own book. My first book, Straight Evolution, is on Amazon. Then I, at 1 year, 1 month mark, registered my digital art and social media company, Nubile LLC, where you can see all the art and everything. I hope you guys are checking it out. The videos have been getting bigger and I've been getting more views, and I really want to thank you for that. I found another ex-Latin King out here. Well, he's still Latin King, and he runs ITYouth.org, which is a nonprofit organization to help kids who are like in gangs and to help them get out of gangs. He brought a whole bunch of kids to Comic-Con, which was really great. You know, I want to talk more about my book. So it's basically an occult book. I'm in a modern day occultist. Aleister Crowley and Dr. Leo Martello were two big influences on me. Dr. Leo Martello is one of the first American Strega. He was a great author. I think personally he was Siciliano, the author, and he wrote Witchcraft, the Old Religion, which was a great book. I was also heavily influenced by Aleister Crowley and the Golden Dawn. I think I'm one of the most powerful, I'm making a self-claim that I'm one of the most powerful manifestating witches ever to live. What I've accomplished in a year and a month is almost miraculous. And I couldn't walk. When I left for Italy, I couldn't walk. Now I have a brace, I can walk. I'm looking to get the best technology I can. And I'm growing every single day. This thing's growing. I'll tell you a little bit more about my past. So I was born into maybe upper middle class Roman Catholic family. I'm half Italian, half French. On my father's side, everybody's in construction or some form of construction, you know. And the people I looked up to, though, wasn't my dad worked for Smith & Wesson. He makes guns. And the most influential person to me, I called him my Zio. He was really my cousin. We have a big family, but he's old enough to be my uncle. And he was the head of a company called Car Products. He was also a Freemason, and he was one of the most influential people in my life. He was definitely a boss, and I wanted to be a boss. I didn't want to work with my hands. I wanted to work with my mind, and I was always very artistic. And I was going to go the route of doing like blueprints, computer-aided drafting, stuff like that. But I never got the support I needed, and I had my first son when I was 15 years old, 16 when he was born, and that's when I got initiated into the old path, and I was part of a covenant and everything, and I've used these practices, and I've used this to turn my whole life around, and the gods gave me this opportunity to do this on Beacon Hill, and I'm not going to waste this opportunity. And I had to go through some horrible experiences. At 15 years old, I couldn't get that's first off, how'd I leave school at 15? Well, you needed your parents' permission. You needed them there to sign you out. They literally let me sign myself out at 15 years old, not even old enough, without a parent, and walked right out of school. I never got out for the program or any kind of help from the judicial system. I was already a well-established criminal. By the time I became a Latin King, I was already a well-established criminal, and in multi-states. I consider myself one of the most prolific criminals in the history of Massachusetts, and I don't like to brag about that, but I have a 50% no prosecution, no conviction rate, and those were for all my major crimes. And they say the hardest crime to defend against is one you're actually innocent. My last crime was heroin distribution, and it was the hardest crime for me to beat. And I'm not against drug dealing. I am against it, but I'm not against people trying to provide for their family or for people like that. Now, if you know about gross domestic product, you know a percentage of all money is illegal revenue. And unfortunately, that drug dealer has to feed their family. And it's a shitty system. So if the government doesn't offer a better solution, to support yourself, and then you come down to nature versus nurture. I mean, if you live in this environment, what do you do? What do you do? But right now I got the Boston Homelessness Project running, and I also have the Beacon Tenant Association project running. You can find me at beacontenantassociation.com. So if you want to help support the Beacon House, you can make a donation there. Or also, if you want to help my other organization grow that's doing the Boston Homelessness Project, please check me out at Nubile LLC. That's NUBILE LLC.org. You can make a donation there, but I prefer if you buy some art. I can do custom business art, logos, any type of art you need, and I can do custom prints. Right now I'm just doing 20 by 20 digital prints at a set price, but I do custom pricing and custom prints depending on what you want. My goal is to be off disability by summer, so if you guys start buying the art and doing business with me and buying the book, I will achieve my goal. I'm also going to college in the fall, and I'm going to take politics, and I'm currently also employed by the elections department, and I'm looking for a full-time job and a bigger role in the city or the state. And that's why I'm furthering my education. I hope you guys will continue to support me and keep watching the podcast, and keep buying the art and buying the book. And thank you guys for all your support. It's not easy being and I just broke up with my girl. It's not easy being disabled and trying to be independent disabled and managing two organizations, part-time job, writing, creating art. It's a lot of work, but I enjoy the work. It's a pleasure to me, and the biggest pleasure to me is helping the community. I really want to just help the community be better. I believe change starts from within, then it goes into the home, then it goes into the community, then hopefully the country and the universe, right guys? I mean, in a perfect world, this is what will happen. I'm the perfect example that one small change can ripple into a huge positive effect. And I'm perfect living example of that. I mean, I had every card in the deck stacked against me, and yet still I I still accomplished all these things in 1 year and 1 day. And if I can do it, anybody can do it. I literally had no support, no nothing. I did all this alone, just me and my spiritual beliefs, which you can read in the book. I'm a Universalist Straight Area minister. You can check me out on Straight Evolution. I gotta pause. Sorry about that, guys. Stupid phone call. Celtics just played. I don't know if they won or not. But you know, Boston be doing it. We be doing it big. Boston's always winning. That's why I came out here. Boston's full of winners. I love Boston. I love it better than Springfield. It was either die in the bed or make it back to Boston. I had moved out to Boston 7 years ago. I absolutely loved it, but my health just kept declining till like 3 years ago I couldn't walk anymore. And then, like I told you, I flew out to Italy. I went to a Sacred Domo in Piacenza. I prayed. I worked really hard. Now I can walk again. And now I'm back in Boston. I'm never going back. It's from Boston to the world for me. I got my sights on a little place in Italia. Once I'm done with this area, once my career takes off here, I got my sights on a place in Italia. I'm thinking maybe Benevento, but I want to do what Charles Leland did back in the day. I want to reinvestigate the stories of Aradia, and I also want to do some Etrusci stories. I definitely want to go to Benevento and do the Benevento tree. We're going to need some crowdfunding, and we're going to need a team to go and really do this the way that I want to do it. But I got great plans. If you guys are loving the building, wait till you excuse my language, wait till you see the view in the summer. The view from the roof is absolutely amazing. You can see all over the State House. You can see the Charles River. It's absolutely beautiful. And I want to share all this with my followers. So that's why I make these videos for you guys. I don't think I'm really reaching my target audience yet. I had a big support from the Masonic community. I had a big support from Witch Talk and the New Age community and just regular audience members. And that's really great. And so let's keep it going. I want to get more people from Witch Talk because I really am a practitioner of Stregoneria, and that's what I do. And I do digital talismans. My art isn't just art, it's also talismans. Talismans you can hang in your home to bring extra power. I did all this in Pulsa alla Volta. One step at a time. I did it all one step at a time. Any task seems really big, right? Anything seems big and hard to do till you break it down to one little piece at a time, and you just bang those little pieces out, and eventually you got a whole house built. I come from a family of carpenters, but instead of building with wood, I build with ideas. I build with my mind, and I build with energy. And any idea before it comes into manifestation starts as a thought. It gets worked out in the thought process. Then it gets worked out in the work until it finally manifests into that thought into the flesh, into manifestation, into the mundane, as I would say. On the spiritual plane, like attracts like. On the physical plane, opposites attract. That's why you always see couples that are like totally opposite each other, but they're so attracted to each other because opposites attract on the physical plane, and on the spiritual plane, like attracts like. That's why witches do sympathetic magic. Who won tonight, bro? Guys, who won? Celtics? All right, baby. See that? Celtics won. You can't stop Boston teams. We're the fucking best. You know what I'm saying? So glad we got that on tape. And yeah, so what you do is you want to align your mind with a life, what you want to attract in life. That's what I do. Every morning I get up and I say a certain prayer. This prayer helps set my mind to manifest everything I want to manifest in the morning. And then if you ever read the old grimoires, like from the old magicians like Aleister Crowley or the, Abramelin the Mage, things like that, they always talk about this. triangle, manifestation, right? Triangle of manifestation. And they say, oh, we can evoke and manifest demons into this triangle. Well, what I'm saying is that's all just initiative cover-up, so that only the initiated know. Basically, anything you put in the triangle will manifest. Even Tesla said 3 6s and 9s were sacred numbers, so the three-sided triangulo is a sacred number, and it will manifest whatever you put in it. That's why I said by summer, my next major manifestation is to be off disability by summer, and I definitely think I'm gonna accomplish that, because so far it's going great. All we got to do is start buying. But now, if I can manifest, think about this, guys. It's a big thought for a minute. Now, we're living in woke culture today, okay? Now, if I can manifest with my will all these things, imagine if we're doing this together. Imagine what we could manifest then, okay? We would be absolutely unstoppable. How do you think, maybe if that's how the pyramids were built, well, then we need to link our consciousness, and we could do amazing things. So, guys, yeah, real talk. If I can do this by myself, imagine what we can do together. That's why I'm looking to collaborate. I'm looking to sell this art. I'm looking to get more independence than what I already got. I already have all this independence, but I need more independence, okay? Because I want to help people. That's why I have the Boston Homelessness Project going. That's why I have the Beacon House Project, Beacon Tenant Project going. I'm going to help people. I'm going to make a difference in this community, in this society. I don't care. My opinion and my words are going to matter in my community. It matters in my house. It matters to myself. And it matters. It's going to matter in my community, in my state, and in the universe. And that's what I'm working towards. And the people I represent, your voice is going to matter too. I think this was a great podcast. I'm going to stop right here. This is my little park, guys. Check it out. Oh, shit. Check out my little park, guys. So cool here. Up here on Beacon Hill. It's very beautiful. It's very peaceful.